In this video, I'm going to show you how you record your screen and how you record using your webcam all at the same time so that you can start to package together a course. The first time you'll probably be using these tools is during the first live run-through that you'll be performing over Facebook Live or webinar software with your beta testers, with the first people going through the course. You can use these same tools later on in order to make a more professional, more well-packaged course. They're going to be exactly the same tools, so using them now to get used to recording, to get used to capturing your screen and your webcam at the same time is a really useful practice run for your final production of the course, which we look at in later stages of Baton. Now, you can see on my screen here I'm using something called Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is the tool I personally use. There are others like Camtasia. Camtasia is quite expensive as a one-off purchase, but a lot of people swear by it. Screencast-O-Matic is nice because it interfaces very well with their online service. So anything I record in Screencast-O-Matic will automatically be sent to Screencast-O-Matic's server, and that's really good if you want backups or if you're working with a team. If you're sending your videos to editors, for example, it's very easy to share and very easy to fit into a workflow. It's also a lot cheaper than Camtasia. So if cost is a concern, I'd say check out Screencast-O-Matic to start and investigate Camtasia Studio later. So Screencast-O-Matic's pretty basic. Once you start it up, you'll see this screen. At the moment, there's no videos here because I've just changed it to a new folder. But normally you'd see all of your previous recordings here. What we're interested in now, though, is starting a new recording. Oops. So I have the option here to record just my screen, so that disappears, or my webcam, so there we go, or both. I like to use both. You've probably seen this a lot in previous modules. If I am showing something in a presentation or online on a website, it's still nice to have down in this corner here your visual representation. So a little bit more engaging. You can do full screen, just you and your head speaking. Really, it depends on what type of content you're teaching. If it can be delivered straight to camera by yourself, great, go for it. If it is on a computer or it has slides or any kind of visual elements, then you'd use both. I wouldn't recommend using just screen because then you lose the additional visual hook of a talking head in the bottom of the screen down here. So generally you'd go for webcam or both. Max time. Now on the free version of Screencast-O-Matic, I think this caps out at 15 minutes, so that may be an issue. I've got the paid version, which allows me to record for as long as I want. Size, full screen, you can choose smaller. There's no reason why you would if you're capturing your screen. And this is which microphone I'm using. So you can see this one here. This is my Anua CM900, which is a basic but perfectly functional podcasting mic for the most part. You can also use a built-in microphone. I wouldn't recommend it. It's on this computer, I'm not even sure where it is, but it's not close enough to your mouth to be able to pick up just your voice rather than all of the ambient noise. So it is worth investing in a decent microphone. We'll look at that in another module though. So I'm going to pick my microphone. There we go. It does this volume test. So we can do an auto adjust volume, and I'm just going to talk and it's going to play around with the audio levels. There we go, and set it at the level that's optimal for recording. So that's fine. Okay. That's all we really need to do. And then from there we hit record. It's going to give me a 3, 2, 1. And now Screencast-O-Matic is also recording. I'm recording this video that you're watching using another piece of software, but now I'm recording inside Screencast-O-Matic as well, so that's a little bit confusing. So we'd go ahead, we'd shoot the video, we can access anything, we can go to a web browser, we can open up Keynote, for example, and if I click play, that is going to allow me to deliver a presentation. Now at the moment you can see my face has disappeared from the bottom right of the screen. That will still be captured by Screencast-O-Matic even if I can't see it right now. So we can use any presentation method we want. If we're shooting a course in Facebook Live, all we'd do is go ahead and capture the screen in Facebook Live. We'd probably take this away because our face is appearing in Facebook Live already. Same with a webinar. And so we'd just be capturing the screen and that would become our course video. So I'm going to pause the recording. At the end of the recording, if you're happy with what you've done, you can click done. If it was a bad take, you can delete everything. And once we click done, it actually gives us the option to apply some very basic edits. I'll show you those quickly. This is an extremely basic editing package, but it kind of does the job. Can you see it's noticed here there's a silence, so it's suggesting, hey, do you want to do something here? So that's automatically been flagged up for me. So let's say I did want to cut out that particular area. I have a list of tools here. So cut, copy, hide, so I can hide my webcam in certain parts. Insert, this allows me to insert other videos into my current recording. Narration allows me to record a piece of audio separately, which will then be applied over the top of the video. Overlay, this is quite useful actually. Things like blur. If you are showing a website and you have to log in, you can actually blur out your details. You can blur out any sensitive information that might be something you don't want to share in your course. Arrows are useful. You can, here we go, drag them to highlight certain elements. So again, depending on your teaching style, that might be useful for you. Get rid of that though, because it's messy. There we go. That's overlay, so highlighting text. So you can really add a lot of visual detail into your presentation using those editing tools. We also have speed up, slow down. Can't imagine why you'd want to do that unless you're doing some kind of potentially you're showing people how to paint or you're showing people how to craft something and you need to speed up in between the learning moments in your particular presentation. And transition is if you want to go from clip to clip using different editing techniques. So instead of just cutting to the next clip, you could wipe or fade. I'd use them sparingly. They look a little bit amateur. Again, depends on the style you're going for though. And volume, this is just for adjusting the audio. What I will do is I'll do a basic cut here. If you're doing your course on Facebook Live, I would recommend cutting out maybe the beginning when it's you fiddling around setting up and making sure everybody is there, everybody's can hear you, sorting out technical difficulties. That kind of stuff can go, but otherwise I don't worry too much about making minute edits every time you and again, we are presenting ourselves as ourselves. This is a personal brand, and heavily editing it takes a lot of time or money if you hire an editor. Plus, it makes the whole thing look a little bit overproduced, whereas what we're going for is more of a natural teacher-student relationship. Let's go ahead and cut out this little gap though, because this is when I was setting up Keynote and it wouldn't be very interesting for the viewer to watch. So I'm going to go Tools, cut, and what it gives me is a little slider, which I can, oops, excuse me, there we go. I can pull this over the area I want to remove. I can preview that area. There we go. So sorry, that's previewing the cut. So it'd go from there. You can see there's a cut there. So let's say that's fine. Okay, that's now been cut out. So this would go from there to there. So I've cut out the whole part with Keynote. Obviously, that's a very crude cut. That doesn't actually help the video, but that gives you an example of how easy it is to edit within Screencast-O-Matic without additional software. Once we're happy with the basic shape of the video, we'd click Done. And we have a few options here. I've put in Vimeo because this is the web hosting myself and my company use for a lot of our video hosting. You can add in other sources. So here we go. We can have YouTube, we can have Google Drive, we can have Dropbox. You can send this video to a lot of different places depending on your personal workflow. Oops, there we go. But the main options are going to be, well, that's very unhelpful, it's hiding it. Give me a moment. So this would be something you would cut from your video, for example. Let's see if I can pull that up. There we go, that worked. The main options are going to be save as a video file, so it's going to save it to your desktop, or to an external hard drive connected to your computer. Video files are very large, so I recommend having an external hard drive, especially if you're working off a laptop. Otherwise, you're going to fill up your hard drive extremely quickly. Or, now this is the cool one, upload to Screencast-O-Matic. This is going to take this video and upload it straight to the Screencast-O-Matic service. It gives you some options about adding a description. You can password protect it. You can change the quality. If you are just shooting a quick video to send to somebody as an explainer, and this isn't a video that you're going to be publishing to a wider audience, then you can actually just do a quick low quality, high speed video. Because we're producing video content for publishing though, we're going to go for higher. We want to maintain that quality. And you can also put them into different channels, which helps you to categorize them and make sure they're in the right place. So you don't just have a list of 100 videos. They can instead be put in different folders using this channel feature. So we just go ahead and publish. It's going to encode the video, so that means taking your raw footage and squashing it down, doing a bit of technical wizardry in order to turn it into a file. It will be an MP4 file, which can then be uploaded to the server. So that's going to take about 50% of the time as encoding, and then it's going to upload onto the Screencast-O-Matic server. We don't need to wait for this though. We can continue in background, and you can see it's up here working away in the background. So we could actually start the next video and go straight into it and allow these to just upload in the background, so we don't need to worry about that. And then let's have a look. I'll show you what that looks like though. There should be a way to get there. Right. So Screencast-O-Matic is somup.com, so that's still uploading. I'll quickly show you what the online interface looks like. There we go. So from here you can see I have different channels. I have all these recordings. These are obviously recordings from the course that you have been watching. So you use the software on your computer, but then this online interface is where everything is stored, and you can use this to send out videos. You can use it to, here we go, I can send a link to a video editor and say, hey, can you work on this? I can embed it directly into a website. I can download the MP4 video file. You have a lot of power here, and it means that everything is safely stored on an external server rather than on your hard drive, which could break You could lose an external hard drive. Lots of things can happen with that. And when you've put this much time and effort into producing videos, you really don't want that to happen, which is why I personally prefer Screencast-O-Matic. Let's quickly look at the pricing. So solo plans. The difference between solo plan and a team plan is if you want to collaborate with other people. So Solo Premiere is what I'm using at the moment. It is $50 a year. That's fine. They are hopefully not showing us all of them. So Screencast-O-Matic. I'm just going to open up and have a look at all the pricing so you can see what we're talking about. The Solo Deluxe is £1.50 a month, or Solo Premiere is $4 a month. I use this one, $4 a month, because you have that secure backup, and it's very low cost for that peace of mind that comes with that. And if you're really interested, you can see all of the different feature sets here. There is a free version too, which will work for a lot of the early stuff you're going to be doing, but there is a limitation to how long the video can be. So that's going to be the main reason why you'd want to upgrade. Here we are. Record longer than 15 minutes. So with the free version, you cannot. As soon as you start paying $1.50 a month, you can record longer than 15 minutes, which for most of you is going to be necessary. So $1.50 a month, that's pretty cheap. The big competitor is Camtasia Studio. Let's have a look at how much it costs now. Camtasia is a lot more tech heavy. It's a bit harder to use, but you have more power as a result of that. So here we go. Camtasia 2019 is £230. So what's that? $50. And then there are things like these maintenance charges, which is for support, which you may or may not need. So it's a lot more expensive than using Screencast-O-Matic. If you are doing something more complicated, for instance, your full course production, or if you want to get a bit fancier with the editing, Camtasia is great. For doing what we're doing right now, though, which is straight to camera, or using our screen to educate people in a very direct way, I recommend Screencast-O-Matic. It does the job, and it's much cheaper. Okay, so that is a quick overview of the software I'm using and I recommend people use. It's the software that my team at B Street Digital also use. It's from the extensive research I've done, it's just the simplest and easiest and cheapest for most requirements. But of course, go for Camtasia Studio if you have the budget and you want that extra power and you're not worried about the additional technical burden of having to learn how to use the software. Okay, so go ahead and grab Screencast-O-Matic if you want to start recording videos.